Hello, respectable judges and seniors from UDS and Debating Society. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Patricia Lasina, and today I would like to start my speech. As opening government for the motion, this House believed that European powers with past colonial history should not refuse refugees coming from countries that they previously colonized. First, I would like to start by defining a few phrases that I've underlined in my case building paper. For the first one is European powers. I define European powers as countries in Europe who have, powers. They are considered to have powers by by the world, and also they are able to accept refugees, obviously, and they are not easily negatively impacted just from accepting refugees. I would also like to include that European powers countries who have past colonial history include France, Italy, Germany, UK, Spain, and many much more. For refugees itself, I define it as people who are forced to flee from their countries, either from natural disasters or because of the non-peaceful state of their country, whether it's political or just social. I would also like to state that refugees come to the country without visas, and they usually come from boats or walking, and also from luggage plans. They are also there. I also would not like to include regional refugees because we are talking about refugees from countries that have been colonized, not from the same country. I would like to firstly state that refusing refugees, meaning that you're refusing the human rights, which is the right to live, and accepting refugees could be also considered as life-saving. I would also like to state that most countries are deemed morally good for accepting people with needs, and I think it would be way much more easier for a country to be accepted in the world if you are morally good and not just strict. For example, America, they had this recent policy to fully reject people or immigrants from Mexico, and some people would say that it's a good idea, but most people, because of how brutal it sounded, the wall and everything, it was not deemed as morally good, and that's why it was deemed as evil or considered evil. For the first argument, I would like to say that most persecution come from race, and race itself is you have two races mostly in most countries, like the indigenous or the aborigines, and the mixed races, mixed with the people from the country who first colonized, historically colonized the country itself. And in most countries, especially developing countries, indigenous people are deemed as minority or worse race because they are not mixed with the colonizer's race, and the mixed race are considered superior compared to the indigenous because they come from developed countries. They come to more wealthy families or more educated and stuff like that. And the European powers countries itself have to take responsibilities of that because that race thing itself come from the colonizing history. For the second argument I would like to bring is it would be easier for refugees to adapt and live in the country that historically colonized the originated country. This is because of similar cultures, and some of them even speak the same languages and believe in the same religions. For example, Timor-Leste and Portugal. Timor-Leste people, they speak Portuguese as their second language. They also believe in the same religion, that is Catholic. It would be so much easier for them to adapt and live in Portugal rather than any other countries because they have pretty much similar social constructs and cultures and way to live and lifestyles and etc. For the third argument that I would like to bring is streamer culture itself that I have brought in my second argument, and social conditions. It would be also benefiting for the country that are accepting the refugees, because it would be easier to maintain the refugees and to keep them in line with their reason as to why they escaped. Refugees could be placed in social works or agriculture works, depends on the background of the refugees. For example, Indonesian people have really thick backgrounds in agricultures. That means that they can help around in Dutch, for example, in that field or in that area. Also, the faster they can integrate into labor force, the faster they can become productive members of the society. That means if the country, if the European powers country give, by giving them providing them places to live and jobs and foods and stuff like that, that means they can faster become productive members of the society and can be way much more beneficial. Also, natives won't lose opportunities like job opportunities and stuff, because in most cases, refugees have different work field than the natives. Okay. I would like to end my argument there. That is all for me. Thank you.